All righty. Well, welcome to tonight's team call. As you see, there's two of us on here. That's great. But I'm still going to smash this out because this is for all of you guys watching the replay. Obviously, it's pretty busy times, I suppose, for Christmas. But I just want to, for those of you who don't know me, James McDonald, nice. I'd just like to start off with some gratitudes, Robert. What are you grateful for in your life today, right now?
Today, I'm grateful for so many things. The friends that I have in my life, family. Grateful, always grateful for my genetics, and most of all, my onyx first thing in the morning.
Yeah.
Love my onyx.
Yeah.
Cool. Grateful for bed to sleep and food to eat.
Yeah.
What's
up, Callie? We're just doing gratitudes. Do you want to share your gratitude for today?
Hello. I'm here with Alicia.
Hello.
Yo.
How are you?
Good. How are you?
I'm good.
What are you grateful for, Alicia?
Yeah. What are you grateful for?
Today or the week or what?
Just right now in your life.
I'm grateful for warm weather and a healthy body.
Nice. Cool. Awesome.
And makeup.
Oh, is that me or?
And it was good to meet all walks of life.
Yeah, I missed that all. You're a bit of a robot.
Not sure.
Did you get that, Robin? Or was that me lagging?
I didn't get it.
Yeah, I didn't get it either. Do you want to go again?
Am I back?
Hello, Robin.
Yeah, you're back now. Yeah, you're back now.
Hi.
That yesterday was amazing. The weather turned it on and we got to meet all walks of life.
Yes, all walks of life. Some very interesting people. So and this is what this is all about, connecting with people. And just what I'm grateful for is I'm truly grateful to be alive in the 21st century, to be alive with technology, because what we're able to do in our hands with our telephones and being able to connect with people, we're so privileged, so freaking privileged. All right, and I'm obviously grateful for everyone here tuning in. All right, well, I'm just going to get cracking into it. So tonight, I'm going to be sharing what I have learned along the way about connecting. And whatever you want to call it, prospecting, networking, it can be a range of things, however you want to label it. But this is the second skill in being a network marketing professional. Correct me if I'm wrong. I believe there are 6. I should really know that. But this is number 2. So talking to people. And why is this important? And for those of you watching, if you get a pen and paper, I want you to write like a little funnel. 2 diagonal lines pointing towards the center of the bottom of the page. And, put 3 horizontal lines spaced out. So it looks like a little funnel. And the aim at the top of this funnel, there is people coming into your life. We're connecting at the top of this funnel. So people are going to come in, we're connecting, and then people are going to shift and sift down that to inviting to Isogenics, to then following up to Isogenics, and then and sponsoring them. So the reason why this is important is because connecting is the be all and end all of building your Isogenics business. If you're not connecting consistently with people on a daily basis, whether that's through Instagram, social media, or face-to-face, then you're going to run out of people to talk to. You're going to run out of people that you want to follow up with and invite to Isogenics. So this is one of the most important things ever. And before we get into it, the mechanics of it, the next step is really to have a mind, to really shift your mindset. And this is really what's helped me, is becoming, asking myself this question: who do I have to be a network marketing professional? Like, what do I feel like when I walk down the street? When I'm working out at the park, what am I saying? What am I talking to myself? How do I feel? What clothes am I wearing? All this sort of stuff. And the reason I say that is because everyone comes into this business in different stages of their development. Some people just love chatting with people. Some people are just naturally great at talking to people. Like Blake's had previous experience networking, and he's a freaking boss. He just loves connecting with people. On the other spectrum, there are people coming into this business who are a bit shy, who might not actually, consider themselves shy, and don't necessarily want to put themselves out there. So asking ourselves this question and really feeling into that identity of who you need to be in order to be a master connector is essential. So when we're leaving, the front door, when we're going out into the world, ask yourself those questions. And number two is really set an intention when you leave the house. Set an intention for, I am going to attract and I'm going to connect with people without an agenda, and just connect. Just connect for the sake of connecting. And that's really important as well. Now, onto the mechanics. So how the hell do we connect? Actually, I'll rewind a little bit. The reason I say that is because I heard Eric Warwick say, make friends first and market later. And by friends, there's a degree to how friendly you want to be, but basically it's building rapport. Like, you can build rapport in 2 minutes, or it could take you half an hour. But we want to get to the 2-minute mark. Now, how to connect. So I'm focusing on real life connections, real life networking, real life meeting people. And the reason I'm doing this, and the reason why I'm focusing on this call, and I want you all to do this yourself, is actually look at your enrollments. Look at how many people you've enrolled into your business, and then categorize them into, I met off social media and I met face-to-face, or I've already known them. And when I've written this down, I've had 20 people I've enrolled face-to-face, and around half of that on social media, 8 people on social media. So obviously that indicates to me that I'm sponsoring more people who I've met face-to-face. And to go even further, the last 3 enrollments, who did you enroll? And where did you enroll them from? Were they from Instagram? Were they from, you met them at, salsa on a Tuesday night? Did you meet them at a seminar? How did you connect with them in that first instance? So that's really important. Now, obviously we need to go to places that align with us. So we can meet people anywhere and everywhere, but it really is important to figure out who we are, what we love to do, and also the type of person we want to have in our business. So again, I'm just going to use examples for myself. As I'm loving the bar, gym bars like Bondi bars, calisthenics, gymnastics, all that sort of, even salsa. So me going down and working out at the Rushcutters Bay Parks, I know that one, I'm going to be having fun, because that's like a huge motivator for me. I'm a yellow. I want to have fun. And there's going to be people there that I can genuinely connect with the same interest, that are also into their health and fitness. So it's a no-brainer. Again, you could go to salsa, you could go to workshops and seminars, you could go to a range of things. But when we are in that place, it is really just as simple as saying hello to someone. And obviously starting that conversation with a smile. And I've had countless situations where I've thought someone's a dickhead because they've been frowning, and you think, oh, this guy's, whatever. And I've, said hello to him with a smile on my face. Hey man, how you doing? And engaged in conversation. And obviously that transmutes to him. He's like, oh, this guy's nice. He's smiling, and he starts to reciprocate. So if you're trying to chat with someone with a frown on your face, just maybe go home. Bit rough. But yeah, that's why it's really important to set that intention when you go out of the house. Yeah. So what's next? There's another way to approach people just to start off the conversation, and that is simply complimenting on what someone is doing. And I freaking love this because it has to come from a genuine place. And again, I'm using the gym and the bars because that's where I'm living right now. Is, I'll say to someone, mate, that was an epic exercise. Like, how the fuck did you do that? Like, where'd you learn that? Or what did you do? And he'd be like, oh, thanks, man. Yeah, I've just been YouTubing it or whatnot. And then I'll just continue asking, like, how'd you get into it? And that's like the initial kind of icebreaker into the conversation. It's just to compliment. Again, someone came onto the train the other day, and he was wearing he had a skateboard. It was an awesome skateboard. And I said, hey man, that's an awesome skateboard. He says, thanks, man. It didn't lead into Isogenics chat, but that connection was still made. So complimenting and then leading up with another question like, how you been today, is a perfect way to initiate a conversation with someone face to face. And from there, the next step, obviously, so we've gone out, we've set the intention, had that mindset of who I need to be. We've gone to a place that is of interest, that has people that we want in our business, those qualities. And then we've smiled and said hello, or we've complimented them. Now, the next step is obviously just questioning. And it's kind of like weird training on connecting, because this is just like the most natural thing ever. It's just asking and seeing how people are in their lives. Hey, and we use this template called FORM. So if you want to write it down, it's FFORM. It's an acronym. And again, it's just a guideline. It's just a guideline. You don't have to use this. I know it works for me. But again, F stands for from. Like, oh, where are you from? If they've got an accent, you say, oh, hey, I hear you've got an accent. Like, where are you from? Did you grow up in Sydney? Did you grow up in Melbourne? Rah, rah, rah. Again, you can ask things about family. I don't really use family that much because, I don't know, I just don't ask questions about family. But you can ask, oh, do you have a partner? Do you how many kids do you have? Things like that. Then O stands for occupation, R for recreation, and M motivation. Occupation is, what do you do? What do you do for a living? Or what do you do with your time? What do you do for recreation? What do you do to have fun? Like, what things do you get up to on the weekend? The questions that I really love is the motivation questions. That's when you start getting some serious insight to people's minds and who they are and where they're coming from. So if I'm talking to someone who is at the gym or someone who I've met on a park bench, yes, I do that now. I'll ask them if, they're from overseas. I'll say, what motivated you to come to Sydney? What motivated you to come over to Australia? Or if they're working, what motivates you to be in the financial services? Or if I hear that they've got a side hustle somehow, oh, what motivates you to get into business? And that's when they'll drop nuggets of gold. They'll be like, you know what? I wanted to be my own boss. They'll give you information that is more likely to spring a light bulb in your head going, oh, well, this guy sends me qualities of someone I could introduce Isogenics to. So yeah, they're the questions. And I mean, you can meet people anywhere and everywhere. Really, people are everywhere. I'm doing salsa, doing bar works, and I kind of want to touch on the mindset again. And everyone, you've all been to David Wood, so you know all this with fear. There have been moments where I've been sitting on a park bench. Like, my goal this year, because I'm working 9 to 5, if I don't have calls and if I don't have people to follow up on, or if I'm not following up for an event, my goal is to connect with people on my working break. Like, that's just something that is my goal, and it kind of freaks the shit out of me some days, and some days I crush it. For example, last week I sat next to a bloke. I didn't say a word, and my mind was just going, it was crazy, monkey mind, super fearful. But we've kind of just got to be comfortable with that uncomfortableness, because the more we do it, the more it becomes natural, the more it just becomes normal. And now, I mean, that was one moment, but I literally had a moment last week where I just say hello to people who come into my elevator, into the lift. Say, hey, man, how you going? No intention. and it just gets you warmed up. It just gets you warmed up to cross that barrier of fear, because it's always going to be there. And once you start crossing that barrier, you can do it anyway. Yeah. So that's connecting face to face. I didn't realize it was going to go so quick. I wanted to keep it very simple and just focus on the connecting part and not actually inviting people to Isagenix yet. I just really wanted to kind of knuckle down and focus on how do you connect. So that's how you do it face to face. So what I'm going to go on to next is how to do it actually on social media and Instagram, because this is something that I've really, really found value in over the past 2 weeks getting into it. Now, Instagram is amazing because it has hashtags and you can see what people's, persona is, what they are. Is my grammar horrible? You can do this. Anyone can do this. For example, you can go into a hashtag health and you can see the top 9 hashtags. You can see people posting about health. You can and you can engage in that conversation. And this is a little thing that I've learned from Gary Vaynerchuk, and he calls it spend $1.80 a day in providing your 2 cents on people's content. So this isn't posting our own content. This is actually going out and reaching out to people and providing value for them. There's obviously we need to find out where people are from. If they're in Sydney, Australia, the UK, the US, if you go onto someone's post and they're in Serbia, get out of there, because it's not worth your time. And this is something that I've learned with my new job at Success Resources, is that our time is so freaking valuable. Like if you're chatting to people who can't speak, like if you're speaking to people who can't speak English, and you have this intention to build this business, like speak to people that are in the country, who are in the country that Isagenix is open to. Super important. Getting onto Instagram. Genuinely comment on people's comments. Double comments. And you'll start to realize people start posting back. They start liking your comments. They might even like your page. Go into their own profile, like a few of their pics. Genuinely say, hey, I love your comment on gratitude. I practice this every day. It makes the biggest difference. And just start developing a relationship that way. Just start doing that every single day for whether it's 15 minutes to half an hour a day. So the reason why connecting, again, is so important, and I just want to touch on time management with this, is we consistently need to fill up our funnel. Like if we are chatting to people, if we aren't connecting with new people on a daily basis, we are going to run out of people to offer Isagenix. And I've done this in the past, and I've sent not 10 messages, but so many messages asking for referrals to the same people. And it's the biggest mistake I've done ever. And it's icky and it's shit. And we want to find new people to sort and sift into our business. So make a rule for yourself. Do you want to spend half an hour on connecting, 15 minutes on inviting people to events, and 15 minutes on following up? How are you managing your time? Because the biggest proportion of business building is connecting. It's the biggest proportion of our time, is connecting with new people. Cool. Felt like it went on a little bit of a rant now, and I'm a little bit early. Cool. All right. I'll just kind of
stop the recording, James, and then people can ask you questions.
Yeah, of course. All right. So recording is now off.